Namaste. I'm Angela, and today we're going to be going over the warrior postures from our yoga practice. So these postures are standing postures that work into our strength, our flexibility, and our personal power. And these postures can always be added on, and they're great transitional postures for our standing warriors and for our standing sequences in general. So we'll get ourselves started with Warrior 1. So we'll come to standing at the front edge of our mat, bringing ourselves into mountain pose. Mountain pose is always a great place to start, and allowing ourselves to firm our foundation here between the soles of our feet and the earth, and to lengthen tall from those points of contact upward. A gentle hinge to our knees here as we lift through our right leg and step our right leg long on the mat behind us. As the right leg comes back, we're going to land the right heel down to the ground. So that might require that the right foot comes a little bit wider to the right side of our mat. The toes of the right foot angle towards the top right corner of the mat. The toes of the left foot stay pointing forward. The left knee is stacked over top the left ankle. Warrior 1 is a closed hip posture, so we can always bring our hands to our hips here and draw the left hip crease back as we send the right hip crease forward. As with most of our postures, our tailbone descends down, our low belly lifts, our chest lifts, our shoulders draw onto the upper back, and we can reach the arms high. And this is our Warrior 1. Our drishti can remain forward, maybe with the palms slightly apart. Or if it feels right for us, we can maybe bring the palms together and maybe shift the gaze upward towards the hands, or any combination of those actions. We want to stay and breathe in that powerful posture, pressing the outer edge of the right foot down, continuously bending into that left thigh to keep the stack of the left knee over top the left ankle. One more deep in-breath. And as we exhale, hands come back to our hips. We'll pivot onto the ball mound of our right foot, and we'll step our right foot back to meet our left into our mountain pose at the front edge of our mat. So as with all of our yoga postures, when we practice these postures asymmetrically, or one side at a time, we always want to give ourselves the opportunity to come into that posture on the second side as well. So we are going to do that posture, Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1, on the second side, but we're going to approach it from a different posture, approaching it from downward facing dog. So I'll flow us to get there, releasing our hands to our sides, equal standing posture. The in-breath reaches the arms high, Urdhva Hastasana. The out-breath folds us over the legs, standing forward fold. We inhale, lift up halfway. That's our Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. We exhale, bend our knees, plant our hands, walk, step, or hop our feet back to plank pose. As we exhale, lowering down, knees, chest, chin, Chaturanga Dandasana, or all the way to the belly. The in-breath curls our chest forward, up and back, Cobra, or upward facing dog. And the out-breath lifts us back into our downward facing dog. So Warrior 1 can be commonly approached from our downward facing dog. We'll come into the second side. So we'll inhale, sweep our right leg high, and we'll exhale, step our right foot through in between the hands. We'll lower the back heel down to the ground. The toes of the left foot now angle towards that top left corner of the mat. The right knee stays stacked over top the right ankle, and the in-breath sweeps us up into our Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Remember, you can always use the hands here to draw the right hip crease back, send the left hip crease forward, tailbone descends, low belly lifts, the chest lifts, the shoulders draw onto the upper back extension with the arms. One more deep in-breath, and then we gather our hands back to our hips. Let's rotate onto the ball mound of our left foot, and we can step our left foot to meet our right, landing back in our mountain pose. So that is our Warrior 1. We'll move now into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So from our mountain pose, a gentle hinge to our knees, let's step our right foot long on the mat behind us. Unlike Warrior 1, Warrior 2 is an open hip posture. So we open our hips towards the long edge of the mat. The toes of the right foot are now going to angle towards the long edge of the mat. The back edge of the right foot aligns with the back edge of the mat. The left knee, just like in Warrior 1, stacks over top the left ankle, working on creating that 90-degree angle between the left thigh and the left shin. Warrior 2 extends the arms out towards the sides. And then our gaze, or what we call in Sanskrit, our drishti, extends beyond the front fingertips. We want to hug our left hip underneath our body, draw our right thigh back, descend the tailbone, lift our low belly, our chest lifts, and our shoulders draw onto the upper back, being as straight and strong with our back arm as we are with our front arm in our Warrior 2. Settling in. And noticing too that if we lean the torso forward out over the left leg, that's oftentimes referred to as overzealous warrior, we want to draw the torso back. We're working on getting that stack of the wrists landing atop the ankles. One more deep in-breath. And as we exhale here, we're going to land our hands down to frame out that left foot, spin onto the toes of the right foot, and step our left foot back to meet our right in our downward facing dog. We're going to move into that Warrior 2 on the second side, but again, approaching it this side from our downward facing dog. So from our downward facing dog, let's inhale, sweep our right leg up, and we'll exhale, step our right foot through in between the hands. We'll spin the sole of the left foot down to the ground. The toes of the left foot face towards the long edge of the mat. We bend into that right knee, getting that nice stack of that right knee over top the right ankle. And we'll use our left arm to guide us all the way into that Warrior 2. Checking in with our alignment. Again, starting with the feet. So the toes of the left foot facing towards the long edge, the toes of the right foot towards the front edge of the mat, pressing the outer edge of the left foot down. And as we peer out over the right knee here, the big toe of the right foot is still slightly visible as the right knee opens up towards the little toe side of the right foot. Hug our right hip under, draw our left thigh back, descend the tailbone, lift the low belly. Again, as straight and strong with the back arm as we are with the front arm. One more deep in-breath here. And then as we exhale, let's cartwheel our hands down, rotate onto the ball mound of our left foot, and we'll step our left foot to meet our right foot as we fold into ourselves, standing forward fold. The in-breath sweeps the arms up and over our head, that's our upward hands. And the out-breath gathers our hands to prayer at the center of our heart in mountain pose. A few more warriors to work on here. So we're going to step ourselves, again, back into Warrior 1. So a gentle hinge to our knees. We'll step our right foot back on the mat behind us and then land that back heel. So again, the toes of the right foot angle towards the top right corner of our mat. Let's sweep the arms high. Again, that's our Warrior 1. And then from our Warrior 1, let's bring our hands behind our back, interlace our fingers, and draw our palms together. The in-breath opens us up across our heart as we extend our knuckles towards the back heel. And the out-breath bows us to the inner edge of the left leg, bringing the arms up and over with us into the fold. And this is a posture referred to as humble warrior. It has this bowing action, this action of folding into ourselves. Again, we hug the left hip under. We lift through the right inner thigh, pressing the outer edge of the right foot down to the ground, releasing through the head and the neck. And I always like to bring my awareness here to what it is I'm bowing to in the present. To lift up and out of our humble warrior, we'll inhale to lift up halfway. Hands can come back to the low back, and we can either unbind there or reach all the way up. Then we're going to move this into Warrior 2 on our second side. So let's spin our left toes towards the long edge of the mat, and then the right toes we'll face towards the back edge of our mat as we bring ourselves back into that warrior two. The next warrior that we're going to practice here is a posture called reverse warrior. Again, a very common posture. So as we inhale here, let's flip our right palm up. Let the torso extend out over the right leg. And then the out breath lands our left hand to the backside of the left leg as we sweep the right arm up and back. So in our reverse warrior, we want to be mindful that we continue to bend into that right leg. The left arm can always float to the backside of the leg, or sometimes people might like to wrap that left arm behind the back towards the right hip crease or the right inner thigh. Wherever we are, we continue to bend into that right leg. We continue to lengthen through the right side body. One more deep in-breath. And then as we exhale, let's float ourselves back into warrior two. From our warrior two, we'll straighten out through our front leg and spin the toes of the feet in the same direction. And let's rotate the toes of the left foot back forward here. We're going to unplug the right heel from the earth here, sweep the arms high. This is called our Crescent Lunge. And from our Crescent Lunge, we'll move into our final warrior posture of the day today. And this posture is called Warrior Three. So bringing our hands to prayer and through our heart center, we shift our torso forward out over the left leg. We can step our right foot in as we start to shift our weight into the standing leg. The back leg extends behind us. We tack the outer edge of our right hip down so that the right toes point down towards the earth. We can always utilize blocks here, or the hands can come down towards the earth. We can always have a gentle bend at the standing leg as well, if that feels better in our body. Extending through the heel of the right foot and the crown of the head so that energy is extending in both directions. The low belly lifts, the shoulders draw onto the upper back, and there's different variations that we can explore with the arms here in our Warrior Three. From our Warrior Three, a gentle bend to our standing leg. We'll step our back foot to meet our front foot as we allow ourselves to land again in our mountain pose. So we've practiced our warrior postures, Warrior One, Warrior Two, Warrior Three, Humble Warrior, and Reverse Warrior. Thank you so much for joining with me in practice today. Namaste.